What's up, people? What's up? So, motivation, how you do it. People always wonder and look into other people's lives and see successful things that they do. I mean, we try to learn, we try to understand, we try to follow in the footsteps, the formula to the T. We try to figure out, we'd apply it to ourselves, hoping that we could wield the same results. And at the end of the day, personally, I feel that's wrong. You got to identify with yourself, your genetic code. Your genetic code that allows you to be in tune with yourself and execute what you want deeply inside. Now, there's a million influences and distractions around us. I mean, pick and choose what you want. You can pick a multitude of valuable influences and extract and incorporate and then apply what great men and women do to this day. And you can try to see if it works for you. It may work, it may not work. A lot of things are sound, a lot of things are commercial, a lot of things are just hypocritical in the act. So when it comes down to what you're trying to master, what you're trying to craft, what you're trying to succeed at, people, you really got to dig down deep. Obviously, I always say that. That's the famous statements of the world. Dig deep. Find out within you what you need to get accomplished. And it doesn't work. A lot of you are still depressed, stressed out, and feel hopeless and feel anchor on your ankles, an anchor on your mindset. Every day you're missing something to help push and drive you to the end of the day. But you got to face a lot of realities, people. I mean, if you want to lose weight, lose the weight. If you want to change your job, change your job. If you want to find a better person, find a better person. It is a switch. It is a click. It is a thought with action behind it. And it's complicated. It's the struggle. But if you chip away at it every single day, you'll get there. Now, what separates people in your immediate circle and people that you see all around, what separates sometimes you from them and how they become successful in something that you want, it's that person's drive. It's strength. I mean, it's sacrifice. With anything that we're trying to change in our lives, there has to be sacrifice. And you may have done 20 years of a comfortable life of fueling your misery, fueling your depression with external stuff. Could be drinking, drugs, partying, evading, TV, whatever you want to call it. All of us have applied plenty of external stuff to soothe us through the reality of not facing what we need to face. And when it comes down to facing that piper, we seek assistance, we seek help, and real help will tell you that it's you. It's always going to be you. I mean, the education, information that you get from other people is valuable, but you really got to stitch and knit that into your fine woven life that you have lived. That's what it comes down to it. And when people look at me and ask me how I'm so strong at certain things and how do I do that, I'm not. It's not that I'm some kind of amazing super creature or superhuman. My particular experiences in life, I've seen how bad things could be. I've been in my dark places. I've been in the dark places, and I appreciated how I got out of those dark places. And those dark places won't leave my head of how I overcame them. So when I do tend to look at things these days, the things and struggles that I face and the pains of physical pain or mental pain that I need to go through to get to a higher level of thinking or higher physical level of healthiness and just pure fitness is nothing compared to the places that I've been in when I made bad choices to get there. So now that I'm making good choices and making powerful choices that are going to help me succeed on a higher level in my own individual life, the stuff I face every day right now is nothing. It's nothing to me. I mean, it's nothing to me. It's not that serious. It's worthy. It's a challenge. It's a worthy challenge that has results on the end of it. Whenever you're building your own mind and your own body, there's always a result factor. You may not see it impulsively. It may not be in your face right now. You may not get the credit. You may not see it every day. But if you're digging and grinding every day to make yourself better in some which way or not, that is positive and that is change and that is something to keep you motivated. The other side of that fence, the other options is deterioration, rust, ruck, whittle away, just melt, just suffocate and suffer, and just be this miserable entity. And nobody cares about that. Nobody wants to be around that. There's no result factor in that. You're not going to boost sympathy, empathy, pity. Nobody cares. You're just going to drain people and suck them dry. You can keep telling your sad stories all day long, and it gets tiring. You got to make moves. You got to make changes, people, and you got to go through it. And on this note, my advice to you when you're struggling with eating issues that contribute to why you may not losing weight, or motivation issues that attribute to why you're not doing more cardio or going to the gym or doing something active before you click the TV on or scroll social media or whatever other distractions that you may grab out that basket to use to avoid the real responsibility of making yourself the finest specimen on this earth, mind, body, and soul. You got to face yourself. You got to answer your own questions. You got to be honest with yourself. Don't kid yourself. Don't do it for somebody else. Don't use the kids. Don't use the husband. Don't use the boyfriend. Don't use the mother. Don't use the father. That's a given, man. Your parents bring you into this world. They want to see you do your best. But you don't owe them that aspect of motivation that you need to do good for your mom and dad. You should do good for your mom and dad. Your husband, your spouse, your wife, you should do good for them. At the end of the day, you owe responsibility to yourself to take care of yourself. So when that external motivation turns off or is not as consistent one day or another day, you're left high and dry. So my advice is face yourself. You got to face yourself. Shut the lights off. Go in a room by yourself. Find some alone time. Isolate. Shut the frequencies and electronics out of your life and see how you feel. Can you deal with that? A lot of y'all can't deal with that because those thoughts get to spinning and you get to being lost because you haven't taken the time to invest in your own mind. Your mind is constantly just viewing on the outside instead of scrolling through those files in your own head and putting things together, the formula, the pattern to your own life. So in this first educational thing of motivation, people, let's start with being real with ourselves, facing ourselves, and really trying to figure out what we want in that direction. And slowly apply it every single day. Not one day, not 72 hours, not 4 weeks, not get small in 6 weeks, year. Let's apply it to your life and make it a habit every single day. And then you'll be looking back like, wow, that mindset I used to have, that weakness, that softness, that worry, that doubt, that depressiveness. I can't believe how far I've come. I never want to go back to that place because you're going to be too strong to ever go back to that place. And you're going to appreciate that dark place that you were in because you're going to be shining right now.